Hey everyone, how's it going? All the rhythm guitar sounds were done with Neural Amp Modeler. I was on Tone Hunt the other day and I found these Fortin Meshuggah captures. It's one of those baked in sounds, so it is the amp and the cab. You can't change the cab or anything. There's a couple of files and it just sounds really cool. It was just a really cool sort of modern genty tone, kind of scooped but smooth, you know, really aggressive, but the mids aren't like too angular or too prominent. You know, just a very cool Meshuggah tone, basically. So I'll just isolate the guitars. So what I've got going on, JS Pitch Shifter 2. This is one of the better built-in pitch shifters in Reaper. It's got way less latency than Koko's repitch, and I've used this to tune down my whole guitar. The guitar is tuned to A sharp, but Meshuggah play in, I think the lowest note is F on a lot of their albums. I'm not a huge Meshuggah fan. I like some of the stuff off Chaosphere and Obzen, but besides that, you know, I haven't really listened to much of their other stuff, but it is a fascinating tone and a fascinating style that I wanted to, not so much, you know, homage to, but they just sort of influenced this track a little bit. And I've got Effector Silencer as a gate. It's quite a tight setting here. And then I've got some EQ, high pass to 120, cutting out those woolly low mids at 300-ish, some of the harsh stuff at 4K, and a low pass to 8K. And then the second guitar is pretty much exactly the same. Just show you that. It's even the same patch. One of them was sort of quite neutral and the other one's quite bright. I preferred the more neutral one. The EQs aren't on at all. It's just input and output. And the EQ is pretty much the same. And one of the big things I did with this is this DI. I soloed it out, turned all the effects off. I flipped the phase, so the phase was completely inverted. I exported this track completely mono, brought it back into the session, put it below here, and it gave me a faux double track sound, which is fairly convincing. I'd say it's about 75% of the way there. It's not 100% convincing, but it did a pretty damn good job. You know, it gave me a fairly wide sound, which I was really surprised about. And I can't take credit for this trick. Kohle did a video on this last week, I think it was. His producer friend who tracked a band live that just had one guitar player. So what do you do when you want to get a big guitar tone and you've only got one guitar track? You all know if you copy and paste the exact same guitar DI below and pan them left and right, you don't get that big wide guitar sound. You just get a big mono sound up the middle, which is what you don't want really. But because the phase is inverted, if you just look at these waveforms here, you know, this one's going up, this one's going down, but they're super tight because it's the same performance. And then you know, quote, reamp it through the amp sim here. It actually kind of works. I'll link Kohle's video where it's explained a lot better. And what I've got on the bus, TDR Nova, standard settings really, high pass to 120. Got the Andy Steep trick here. And then there's a little bit of a resonance at 4K wanted to get rid of. And I've been using this stereo by Kilohertz. It's just a very simple stereo widener. The default's 100%. I've been putting it up to 120 on the last couple of mixes. It just gives a tiny bit more width to the guitars. It's a nice sound. And yeah, this is one big experiment really. What I did on this track is I pitched down the bass with the guitars to whatever it was, drop F on this track. When you're down that low, it gets really incoherent. As you can hear there, it's just sort of muddy mush. And I wanted to try something. So these are both pitched down, you know, 5 semitones to F. But I pitched up this distorted track, which is just doing the mids basically by 1 octave. Sounds like this. and it just gave the bass a little bit more definition in the mix. Got the lead guitar. I didn't use neural amp modeler with the Meshuggah setting. I used the amped roots. This is just a lead setting I really enjoyed. I used this on the Wrath of Jamirek. It's just got a really cool washy sound, really liked it. Kind of sounds a little bit futuristic and spacey. And the EQ I usually do on the lead guitar. Then I've got a spacier lead guitar. All these, the settings are the same. I've just turned off the chorus delay and reverb on here. EQ's the same. And I've used Valhalla Supermassive, which if you want ambience, it's incredible. It's unbeatable for free. Drums. Got Ugratone. I've broken this kit down before in my Yell demo from quite a few months ago. Check that out. And I used G-Clip on a couple of the hits because I just wanted to tame it a little bit. This is a free clipper. If you haven't got it, get it. It's fantastic. It's barely touching the drums, but on some of the fills, it was getting a little bit too dynamic, and I just wanted to lob those off. The master track, I've got a whole video on that. I'll link that below. Again, this video had no real point to it. I just wanted to show you a few tricks I've been doing. Check out the links below. Enjoy. Alright guys, since you made it this far, I just want to plug my music. It's available from the links below. If you like metal, death metal, anything like that, check it out. Thanks for watching guys, I really appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see more metal related stuff. I'll be back sometime with a video on something else, so until then, ciao.